Hello everybody, it is Jade. Welcome back. If you have never seen me before, welcome in. We are all here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. I hope everyone is taking care of themselves, whatever that means for you. And yeah, it's good to be here today. I'm grateful. So I've just been doing a lot of thinking lately about things, coming out of like a down vibe, coming out of I'm not gonna call it a depression, just coming out of a funky vibe. We can put it like that. And I've learned so much and I've just had so much time to really think. It was almost like I regressed a little bit. I began to do things that I had stopped doing, just small stuff here and there, and like diet, for example. And I'm, kind of falling off of my discipline. And I'm kind of falling back into these old habits, and I'm like, wow. It reminded me of how much progress I actually made to see the contrast of behaving and living like how I was before I started my journey to now. And it was extremely eye-opening, and I was like, I hadn't given myself enough credit at all, and I still don't sometimes. But I had to stop and be like, Weena, you grew a lot. Like, there's no reason for you to feel so down on yourself. Like, you haven't let's just contemplate, do some little inner work, and let's move along. And I feel like that's all you can do when you fall into a slump, stupor, when you fall off of your path, so to speak. And I don't know, it's a very interesting thing to have happen to you. And once you can catch yourself doing these things, you're like, wow, okay, I see I need to put more work back into here. And there's a process, for me at least, that happens. Event takes place. The event was something that I didn't appreciate very much, and maybe not at all, and it really, really upset me or hurt me. I will have to process my emotions, and I hate talking like this, but I'll have to feel the emotions and, do whatever I have to do. And then once you actually do that, though, once you actually allow these emotions to play their course, there's such a weird feeling of peace and stillness that allows you to look back on the experience in an aerial view, spectating over the experience that brought you to where you were. And I feel like this can only be achieved once you have allowed your emotions to pass, because when we are fully submerged in our, emotions and all this stuff, it's very hard, for me at least sometimes, to think logically or think, rationally. I'll have guilt, a certain level of guilt, and these things stop us from fully being able to realize something for what it is. We can't really see it for what it is because we have this veil over our eyes of anger, maybe sadness, and it stops you from fully being able to see these experiences for what they are. And we can't run away from these things, because you're just going to prolong that process. It's just going to prolong it. So the faster you can sit with these feelings and sit with these thoughts, the better it's going to be for you. Trust me. You can't run from your shadow, folks. You just can't. It will swallow you whole, and you'll have to really dig yourself out, which I wouldn't wish for anybody at all. But yeah, you cannot run from these things. I don't want to say there should be a time limit on how you should process things, but ideally we would want to, jump in and try to tackle it the sooner the better, because we don't want to do things to hurt our future selves because present self is upset, present self is angry, and it's going to do things that future self is going to be just so angry about, you know? So it's important to get that going as fast as you, like, as at your own speed, of course, but the sooner the better. Because it's no way to go, you know, through life. And there's still things that I have to process. There's still things to this day that I don't think it's like you're just gonna stop one day and you're just gonna be done. I think all these things that we talk about it's a everlasting part of our lives. It's the never ending story. This is what we are doing here on earth. We are experiencing things and learning and going through things and being happy and being sad and being hungry. You know, this is just how it is to be alive. So yeah, like there's no point in, you know, denying yourself all these experiences of being human. We tend to want to run from things that hurt us. We do. It's like a natural thing. Like you're like, oh, this is hurting me. I'm gonna leave and run away from this, and I'm not gonna address it. I'm not gonna ever like handle that within my own self and my own, you know, mind, body, and spirit. I'm not gonna work on that because these things really do have an impact, not only on our mental, but they impact us physically too. It's so strange how we really are just like so connected to like our emotions, and it's stress. Like I have like a bunch of gray hair. I don't know if that's stress. I don't know, but I know that these emotions, they trigger physical responses in us. So it's incredibly crucial for you to address things because you don't want to have any ailments because of something that you could have handled, you know, something that you could have handled. But man, it can really suck. It can really suck. But you have to go through it. Like you have to do it. And you got to go through it sometimes by yourself, you know? And I feel like going through things alone really does increase your inner strength, and it increases your relationship to yourself. I'm not saying don't reach out to people and you have to suffer alone, but I feel like you have you know, you and creation, God, the universe, whatever you believe in, that's what you have. And so, you know, when we can get alone and look inside of ourselves and reflect, it could be so scary too. There could be things going on that you try to avoid because of how like heavy it can be. It can be like a terrifying thing to like face these inner demons. But we can start small, you know, with like these experiences, these like little heartbreaks here and there, or, you know, letdowns. We can start small. We don't have to jump right into our, you know, boss level demons. You know what I mean? We don't have to do it like that. It doesn't have to be such a horrible thing all the time. You know, life is truly a beautiful thing. I wake up sometimes and I'm like, wow, I can't believe I'm in this place where I can touch things, I can speak, I can like look at, I'm just like, I'm here, I'm in this world. This is insane. And it truly is beautiful. I feel like all of it, the bad stuff that happens, the good stuff, it's also beautiful. But it can be difficult to feel this way when you're in the heat of the moment. You know, this isn't just, I'm just not like, what like I get into a car crash. I'm like, this is beautiful. Like, no. But you know what I mean. These lessons, you know, the philosophical lessons that you learn are very, I don't know, it could be very interesting. It can be a very interesting thing. And I'm glad to be a part of it. I'm glad that I can come on here and talk to people, and people actually want to watch this stuff. I'm like, this is incredible. Who would have thought? I wish I would have done this years ago. But everything happens in accordance in time for a reason. This is happening in a very timely fashion, divinely. I have nothing to do with it. It plays the way it wants to. Yeah, when you feel like, you know, your life is falling apart and you just feel like I don't know how I'm gonna even survive, or I don't even know if I can make this, or this just is so much. You know, just know that it's gonna pass. That sounds so cliche to say that, but just know that it will pass, and just sit with it. Just really sit there. As hard as it is, because you want to get up and leave, just sit in there. You know, there's something that must be learned. I refuse to believe that these horrible, horrible moments in life are just happening for no reason. It's something that needs to be learned. It's something that you need to learn something. Maybe. I don't know. I could be completely wrong. It could all be happening for no reason. But I would hope not. I would certainly hope not. Because sometimes it's like, you know? But yeah, I'm gonna stop now. I've been like going on and on and on. But I appreciate you watching this video. And if you made it to the end, leave me a sun face in the comments, little sun emoji. And like the video if you like this video. Consider subscribing. Subscribe. Press the notification bell. Like the video. I have Cash App. It is Lady Jade Lindia on Cash App. If you want to donate to the channel, you can that way. Or you can just donate your views and your likes. We love it. We love it all. I love it all. And I love you all. And I thank you for being here with me today. It's been very real. And I'll see you next time.